What is good, my people, my peeps? Here's another one, a late night live chat. I think this is another one for the books, for the record. Great. You're probably wondering why I have that emoji right there. I hope you can figure it out. You know, they say pictures are worth 1,000 words, something along that line. What about emojis? What can we say about emojis? Because we use those in place of words, especially when we're treated like children, right? Especially when we're treated like children. Great. The ultimate violation. Mm-hmm. My soul is vexed right now. And then my thoughts on polygamy. I'm gonna talk about that as well, since we're on this topic. This is for the grown people, mature individuals, especially for the TIs as well, right? I would say TI women, but this affects more than TI women. What's good? What's good, Broken Matrix? How you doing tonight? This evening? Well, tonight. This conversation is going to be kind of sticky. Oh, that might have been a bad choice of words. My soul is vexed. As a TI, target individual, under this or in this heinous program, I know that I have talked about the other side of being targeted. The other side of being targeted when it comes to grape, right? Now, I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it because it's a touchy subject, especially a lot of men definitely wouldn't want to talk about it. This is a sex trafficking program in and of itself. My soul is vexed tonight. Just today was just been off. Coming into the awakening when I know, no matter who believes me or not, the Most High opened my eyes. And I've always been spiritual, or had the gifts of the Spirit. But the Most High really made the scales fall from my eyes. Not only that, in the beginning of my targeting, I mentioned today in the video, the live stream that I did today, about a video I did in the beginning of my targeting. Would your government sell you? Right? Would corporations sell you? Would your government grape you? And I say government because, just encompassing all of them, not just governments, even little groups, because it's very heinous. It's a very heinous act. Would they grape you, sell you, put you on the black market or the dark web? I don't even know why they call it the dark web. It should be something deeper than the dark web now, shouldn't it? But anyway, we're going to get into this. It's so funny to me how people, well, not just people. I'm just going to have to let the chips fall where they may. People, when I say people, I mean men, claim to be targeted in and out of relationships without breaking soul ties. And then don't give, a reason or definition of our example of how to break soul ties. I think I'll actually give a talk on that to truly help people out with breaking soul ties. It's not just staying out of a relationship for 2 and 3 months. It's not just staying, semen retention is the words I've heard on these streets. Semen retention. I've done semen retention for 3 months, 2 weeks. Oh, brah, bo. It's not semen retention. That's a shortcut. That's a lie from the pits of hell. Okay? You don't just get to go 2 and 3 weeks and you're all good. That's just something to pacify men. I mean, if we're going to be real with it, let's just be real with it. Okay? You lying to men. Semen retention is a joke. Breaking spiritual soul ties is more than just semen retention. And you damn sure not hopping into no relationship 2 and 3 months later, a year later. Those are all jokes and lies from the pits of hell. And I'm here to tell it. If somebody wants to say I'm lying, let's go for it then. Because they'll be the ones lying. There's nowhere in that biblical scrambled egg book called the Bible that says semen retention. It says abstinence. It says, celibacy. No semen retention. What do you say? I can't lie. I don't know what that feels like. I've been with my girl for 11 years. That's what's up. That's what's up. But telling people, especially men, semen retention is a trick, is a lie. But I'm not. That's not the topic for tonight. The topic is. The topic is grape is the ultimate violation. You see, and then I have on there that I'm going to somewhat touch on being this thing that's just all over. Some of the internet, not all of the internet. People are waking up, but poly, being, what is it? Having more than 2 wives, 3 wives, 4 wives, 5 wives, plenty. We'll talk on that too. But I know the video I dropped many, many years ago. I'm not ashamed. There's no shame in my game because I did not participate in trafficking or any sex trafficking of my own free will. Okay? So there can't be any shame and there will not be any judgment on my behalf, but there damn sure is going to be judgment. Oh, you asked why that label? Because it's scrambled eggs. You don't remember me, Broken Matrix? I'm starting to remember you. You said you had a channel before. And I think this is when I first came onto YouTube. And you reached out to me and you wanted to talk to me. And it was about, I want to say, Noah or somebody in the Bible. think I remember that. I think, yeah, you wanted to interview me. But it's faint because the me recalling that interview, or you wanted to interview me, is kind of faint because that's when I first was awakening to my targeting and also running from demons. But I do recall it, at that time you were not big on the Bible, so you should understand that title, Scrambled Eggs. It is scrambled eggs. It's scrambled because it's just a mixture of oppression and the truth. It's a mixture of oppression and the truth. That's why it's scrambled eggs. That's why I've been calling it scrambled eggs. Let me pull this close. So that's why I've been calling it scrambled eggs. If you wanted to know, it's a mixture, and people don't want to tell the truth, or people don't. They really, and I don't want to get off topic too much, but if they really went into scriptures, other than what was compiled to make the Bible, there was no such thing as the Bible, right? So if they really went into the Sumerian text and all of that, the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Emerald Tablets, these men wouldn't be talking how they're talking now. They would shut up and have several seats. But they're not really doing their research. They're sticking to what they know to help them with their oppression. And I just sit back and look. I asked because I know what you meant, but I really wanted to know. Hold on. I really want to know how you could view it as truth if you think it's scrambled eggs. I think I said before, when I say it's scrambled eggs, I said that there's truth in it because they've taken the scriptures from the Dead Sea Scrolls. They've taken letters from Paul. These are letters. That's like, have you ever heard of the Diary of Anne Frank, a Jewish girl during the Holocaust who was up in the attic hiding from the persecutors, and she wrote about her trials and tribulations? The Diary of Anne Frank. Well, then somebody found it and put it in, made it into a book, movies and everything like that. Um, people could turn that into a religion, right? It's history that they put and compiled into biblical text and called it the canon. They called it the canon, and they added fillers to it. So, with the Diary of Anne Frank, her story was true, but when you make movies and when you write books, people add to it. Look up screenwriting. I'm not being sarcastic or being funny. I'm just telling you. When people write stories or screenwrite plays, I call it fillers, but there's a technical term for it, actually. And that's what they did with the Bible. That's what they did. So, with targeting and with trafficking, let me tell you, I know that I've been abstinent, not just celibate, but abstinent for several years. Several years. And I know my body better than some people know their child, better than most know their own body. And I knew my body before becoming abstinent or celibate, you know, mainly abstinent. Next 9 on any sexual activity, even masturbation, I do not do. 8, about 8, about 8, right? This, so when a woman truly knows her body, or a man truly knows their body, and trust me, it seems to get easier and easier by the day, Broken Matrix. It's not hard once you get into a rhythm of it. Other things occupy your mind. Um, and especially once you know that you've been sex trafficked, you know, people might say, well, how have you been sex trafficked? Drugged. People don't realize that with targeted individuals, male and female, that they drug male and females. They're not participating in this. This is not something that we've been drugged out of our homes and put into cars and you know cross state lines with us. This is a different form of sex trafficking. This is on a whole different level. These people don't want to be caught. And these people, especially in my opinion, these are people who have high profiles. Damn sure don't want to get caught. They don't mind sex trafficking you, and if they can make an extra dime, why not? Right? That's their thoughts. But when you know your body, you know when something is off. And I'm telling you, I know something is off. And I can tell from my body, and I can tell spiritually. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. I don't even pray for the perpetrators. I don't turn the other cheek. You better stay in the dark, you creeps. You better stay in the dark. Just like the rats that are, well, we know them as gang stalkers and handlers and CIA, FBI, and the thuggish, rugged bums, right? Who jump on this train because they think it's going somewhere, a gang stalking train. You can't be abstinent for as long as I've been abstinent and not know your body. And I don't care if it's been manipulated with energy weapons, spasms of your genitalia, or physical. So it has to be more than semen retention for you to understand your complete body and how it reacts. People are still stuck on, it's the succubus and incubus spirit, and I had sleep paralysis. It's deeper than that, son. It's deeper. than that. Stop being parakeets. You're chirping away and you're just making a lot of noise. You don't know what's going on and how deep this damn rabbit hole really goes. What you saying? Hold on for a minute. As usual, per usual, I'm touching up my toes, so I thought I'd get on here and talk to y'all. While I'm doing that, let me see what you're saying. When I was making money in the streets, the ladies on the side I was messing with all wanted to record it. Got weird after a while. Wanted to record what them having out there on the streets, making the money, and then recording the act. I said that because I could have been trafficked. Oh, let me put the rest of it up here. I said that because I could have been, because that could have been trafficking. Yes, indeed. But I just found out that I was targeted. Okay. Oh, yeah. These people out here don't realize how deep. I mean, and it be the ones that you think are just the perfect little people be the sickest people, the sickest ones. Haven't you seen the stings? 45 people arrested for trafficking. The priest of the Baptist church, the school principal, 5 detectives, and the sergeant, and 2 FBI agents, and 3 school teachers. Oh, and 1 kindergarten teacher. All of them have been arrested for trafficking. All the upstanding so-called citizens, right? If you think in regular news, when you hear that, these so-called upstanding citizens are being arrested for trafficking, what do you think goes on behind the damn scenes in the dark? It's the same so-called upstanding citizens, your judges, your lawyers, your senators, governors. And then you have some thuggish, rugged bums thrown in the mix as well. Of course, they always got to get in the game, right? You best believe. And I'm not a man, so I don't know anything about semen retention. They don't tell women how to. So one-sided they're teaching it. You can't tell me it's not about oppression. But anyway. For the women, oh no, wait, for the women, I got it. They do say something for the women, but that's my second half of this conversation. It's become a sister wife. That's what they tell the women. Become a sister wife. That's how you gonna earn your salvation. Become a sister wife. Ladies, become abstinent. Gentlemen, become abstinent. Ladies and gentlemen, become celibate. That is how you will learn and receive your salvation, break soul ties, and absolutely learn your body, the vessel that your soul is inhabiting here. And if you are or have become spiritually awoken, well, when you become abstinent and celibate, not just semen retention for a week or two and go back to the same do dirty little deeds. No, that's just doing nothing but going back to your vomit, right? I don't get down with that teaching, but to each their own. Over here, I will tell you, men, celibacy and abstinence is the key. There's no such thing as semen retention. You don't hear that in the Bible. It's false teaching. It's just to make the men feel good about themselves that they gave it their best little shot and go back out there. Fall off the wagon again, right? There's no such thing as semen retention. It's either celibacy, abstinence, and in both of those are you not having sex. You cannot break soul ties, men, with semen retention. From my understanding, semen retention is not ejaculating due to masturbating or not wasting your seed, masturbating or in condoms having sexual activities. It's so funny how men think that they do not get spirits, like they have some kind of metal straitjacket on their tallywhacker, that spirits are not entering into them. But they sure will tell a woman, the woman gets spirits. No, Negro, you get them too. And it's not because you're the stronger vessel. You get them when you're out there with them harlots, like the Bible says. Y'all out here leading folks astray, trying to keep these men happy because they done kept their tallywhackers dry for a little while with this fake doctrine of semen retention. While women are battling with their demons because they done been on semen retention for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and went out there and slept with 3 or 4 new spirit-filled women, right? And pass all those spirits on to the next women that they sleep with. Do y'all not see how ridiculous that sounds? And not just pass those spirits, they retain in those spirits as well because they have not done anything to break those soul ties. All those marriages they're making out there, why don't they tell those men the truth? Every time you lay down with a different woman, you just married her spiritually. Oh, but they'll talk, I told y'all, they'll talk about my sister girl at the well, the woman at the well. These men got 50 wives spiritually, 100 wives spiritually. Every time you have sex with a woman, you just went into a covenant. You just married her spiritually and received whatever demons that you know she probably has not worked on casting out. But you'll get a pat on the back from any other brothers. Semen retention, yes, 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 you did a great job. Great job. Going and getting more spirits and more wives. Great job. No, go sit down somewhere. I went all the way off topic. Grape. For you all that don't know, that's the childish version of what we have to say here on these social media streets due to, censorship. Grape. What rhymes with grape? You got it. is the ultimate violation. And us as targeted individuals, women, but you men too, if you think you're not, well, look around you. The rap game is trying to tell you something. They love that backside too. They love that backside too. And they love it from you, men. So if you think you're a targeted individual and you can't be touched, think again. Think again. When women have spoke out about rape, just on the regular, not even being targeted. When women have spoke out on the regular about being Mickeyed and their drinks being spiked. It wasn't nothing said, was it? But now all of a sudden you hearing the rap scene, they talk about men you know, getting it done to them too. Well, I tell you, targeted individual and males, learn your body. If you're always stimulating your body, how do you think you're gonna know when your body has been stimulated and you weren't the one stimulating it? Whether it be sexually or whether it be through energy weapons. Oh, and they have a new one. I'm going to do a video, but this is going to take some time for me to get all of my information together, because DARPA is a doggone beast of a company. A beast of a company. We talked about those doggone goggles, right? Those, what is it? Something Pro. I can't think of the name of them right now. That virtual world, right? Have you ever heard of tectonic touch? I believe it's called. Have you ever heard of that? Tectonic touch? This is a video I want to do for my targeted individuals. Tectonic touch. I'm probably saying it wrong, so that's why I have to get the video together. But this is old news. I learned about this a while back when I, understood that being sex trafficked is part of this program. Trust and believe, I feel violated. And I'm not happy about it. And you better stay your asses in the dark. You better have your giggles in the nighttime. You better walk with a soft touch around me, because if you make yourself known, it's a damn wrap. You're going to be pushing up daisies. And you might just not get bare. You might not push up daisies. You might just get that white chalk line right in the street. And I hope they leave you there for the birds to pluck out your eyes and your flesh. You heard me. How dare you think that you can take advantage of people? How dare you? You think the Bible was talking about a contentious woman being something to sleep on the rooftop about? How about a revengeful woman? That's something you should run from, for sure. And if you think you won't be found out, I say that's a lie. You shall be found out. And as I speak these words, right now. Everything that you think you have, let it crumble. Let every dirty deed of yours be unveiled. Let the light shine. When the eclipse comes, let the switch flip. Let them fall to the ground and beg for forgiveness in front of everyone and tell of their sins. Indeed, yes, indeed. Put them on Front Street, is my plea. And let me, Father, be the master of the guillotines. You will not get away with your dirty deeds. Trust and believe. For every cell in my body, it seems like they come to me and bow down because I am the master of this vessel, the God of this ship, if you will. So celibacy has truly helped me know my body. And so that's why I tell you men and you women, celibacy and abstinence is what will help you truly be the God of your own vessel. Every cell is working on your behalf. Every cell is working on your behalf. But how do you know what is good and what has gone bad if everything is always stimulated? And that goes for men and women. I don't want to put you men always on Front Street. You women be out there tricking too. Sit yourself down somewhere. Let me see what you're saying. Hey, Melanin. Well, I don't. Hold on. When I highlighted it, see if I can see it better. Right. Stand against evil, fight against anything that isn't about the devil. I hate. That's what's up. I hear about a lot of women who talk about that from a technical, but not many men. Many men are not going to talk about it. Could they talk about it when them rappers was getting bent over? Head to the no. That's why you saw Kanye serving up French fries in limousines. You know, and Versace suits and things. You didn't think he got bent over and photographed and videotaped and shown that right back at you. Right back at you. His mouth is zipped up now. Kanye is no more, but a shell of an existence that he was, right? A clone, some would say. And I would agree. That's right. Juicy and direct. You know what needs to be had? I get tired of hearing the same old talking points from a biblical stance. And I'm a targeted individual, and I know it's just not the incubus and the succubus on your ass. It's not just, I, I was paralyzed. It's paralysis. And I'm just held down. And that's it. Or it's not just, I just had a wet dream and, um, you know, I woke up to my sheets being, destroyed, and I had to take care of that in the morning time. It's not just the demons and witches and warlocks entering into your dreams at night. Well, that's part of the plan, that's part of the game. But these diabolical beings, they have you ever seen a chess game where it's, well, not a chess game, but a chess tournament? Excuse me. I like to say they're not playing checkers, they're playing chess, but they're actually at a chess tournament, right? The chess tournament. I just seen a black guy. I don't know his name. He must be he must be at the top of the charts in chess right now. I've seen movies about a woman one time before. They always have these miracle minds with these chess games. He played about 10 people at one time. Some of y'all just now moving your pawn out the way. You just learning the pieces of the pieces of the game. These folks playing 10 people at a time in chess. They at a chess tournament with your behind. You got doggone right. They ain't playing checkers. They not even playing chess. They at a chess tournament on your behind with this targeting. And you're way, way behind with the spiritual teachings. Yeah, I said it. Came from me, a woman. You're way, way behind. And I'm going to stay on it. You know why? I'm going to stay on this woman thing, just like you should have been mad when they said black people can't read and they's dumb. It's the same concept. Can you read? Don't we have more intelligent black folks that done created and invented so many things? Hell, we the ones built the country. So it's the same concept. Yeah, it is a itch, and I can't scratch it, so I'm gonna just say it every single time. You shouldn't have never let me heard women was dumb. That's like saying black folks is dumb. It's a lie, and the truth ain't in it. These people out here at chess tournaments on your behind. With the queen. Oh yeah, the queen is how you win the game. If you didn't know, now you know. They out here. I want to do the video, but I want to show y'all so bad so you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's best when I put all of my you know all of my sources together, so it just comes together. It's so lovely that you can comprehend it better. Because I cannot sit back and not say that it's not just all about being paralyzed in the bed with a succubus demon on you. Oh goodness. It's not just about being paralyzed. I'm going to have to say that one more time. It's not being paralyzed, sleep paralysis. No. Mm-mm. You see, these folks, I mentioned tech. How to? I think I'm gonna have to look it up so I can say the right word, the right terminology. Because I was bringing up the fact of those goggles that they're wearing to be in a virtual world, right? Tectonic touch. I think that's the name. Tectonic touch. Have you ever heard of tectonic touch? Huh? Has anybody ever heard of that technology, that terminology? Tectonic touch. You can Google it and you'll probably pick it up. Well, they made it for video games. They made it for video games, and some of you guys may have heard of it if you ever have been to a sex shop, right? A lingerie shop with all kind of gizmos and gazmos in it, right? Didn't Valentine just pass? There was probably a lot of folks at them shops buying all kind of lingerie, trying to get it together, right? They got all kind of things that vibrate, things that stimulate, right? And things that, well, some people just added a little freakiness to their arsenal, because some people be like, oh, I want to be at the office and I want you to be at home. So these panties, they have these panties, and they have these drawers, and they have these buttons that we can push, and you could be stimulated way across town in these little vibrating panties and drawers. It seems so innocent. Doesn't all this technology seem so innocent when they put it in these little sex shops because of the perversion of the land? They make it look so cute with red and the little trimming of the lace and all that. And, you know, you go in there because you're young and dumb and full of, oh, let me slow down. But you're still young and dumb sometimes. And you think all of it's just cute and it's just good. We're just adding a little spice to our love life, right? You see these little panties, these little vibrating panties, and these drawers. See, we gonna get this. We gonna wear them to work, baby. Yeah, we gonna wear them to work. Bzzz. What's wrong with you, girl? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. You just getting zapped all day long. You zapping him back and forth. Y'all just laughing. Y'all get home, think that's just, y'all just having chuckles. I couldn't even work. I couldn't even walk down and make copies at the copy machine. You're zapping me too much. And you break down laughing because you think it's funny. You think it's all fun and games. I ain't wearing these drawers tomorrow. Please, baby, please wear the drawers tomorrow. Please wear the panties tomorrow. I won't zap you that much. We'll take 2-hour breaks between zapping each other. You sitting down. I thought that nigger said he wasn't going to zap me. Until I get home, I'm going to the bathroom and take off these down drawers. He up in here zapping me. I dog it. Almost got electrocuted. Shoot. Use one of them damn wipes and it still was moist down there. They send me to the emergency room. They gonna ask me what the hell happened. I got zapped with the electrical drawers. I got zapped with the electrical drawers. But I call them drawers, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Panties. My husband was zapping me all doggone day. And you laid up in the emergency room. Oh, yeah. That technology is, just think of that technology to, what was it? Buzz Lightyear says to Jupiter and beyond, or whatever he says. Just this technology that they have gotten from the fallen angels is to Jupiter and beyond. They beyond the little, zapping draws and panties, stimulating you and all that. They got all kinds of stuff, right? DARPA been messing around. Been messing around with stuff. Now y'all heard it here first, so don't have me go crazy tomorrow. Don't have me snap out tomorrow before I put this information together and give you a slideshow that you gonna make your mouth drop. Make your doggone mouth drop dealing with DARPA. Y'all know who DARPA is? Well, I asked that question. Y'all figure it out. Y'all let me know if y'all know what DARPA is or who DARPA is. It's part of them agencies. They deal with technology. Okay, hold on. Let me go back down or up. Y'all know who DARPA is? Google it. You got time? I'm reading these. I'm reading these doggone comments. And try to go back. At this in the world, intimacy is the last thing on my mind. Well, intimacy is different than being sexual. A lot of people confuse intimacy and sexual activity as one and the same. Intimacy is a lovely thing. Intimacy is, it's nothing wrong with being intimate with someone. Intimacy is simply watching a movie together, hugged up on the couch. That is being intimate. Intimacy is cooking together in the kitchen, or cooking and your spouse might be helping you wash the dishes. That's intimacy. Intimacy is spooning on the bed. You know, there's nothing wrong with intimacy if you're in a relationship, sometimes because sometimes intimacy can lead to sexual activities, depending on how far the intimacy is going, but just laying there on your man's chest while you're watching a movie or something, or on his lap, that's intimacy. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but it can be dangerous if you're not in a committed relationship, because it can lead to sexual activity. Hold on. I need some computer glasses. I think computer glasses that I can, because they say you're not supposed to be reading without them blockers on. And I'm sitting here squinting and it's blurry. I'm squinting and it's blurry. They wrong for this. Can we change the font size on these doggone chats? Let's see. Oh, yep. Feels like you're being demasculated. Yeah, well, that's the game. That's the name of the game, man. They don't want no soldiers to rise. They don't want them no limit soldiers to rise up. Warrior, want no Shaka Zulu out here on the plane. Hey, what y'all so feminine and docile? Shoot, that's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. That's indeed. Why you think it's so much porn out here? Why you think they keep you just? They put it in the food to make y'all docile. They don't want y'all war. They've been looking for the Messiah to rise, right? Oh, I seen your comment. That is AI, Trump, the one I did. But whoever did it, they know what they was talking about. They looking for the 144. They scared of this doggone eclipse. They scared of the solar storms that's happening. They scared that some of y'all go pop off and truly be the superheroes that they didn't want to see. That's why they've been trying to make y'all docile, feminine, you know. And it's so funny. That started so long ago, like in the 80s. They were slick with all the um, film men, even with Prince. Film, you know, if I had to pick, I was a Michael Jackson fan, but I like Prince. But you know, just how he dressed, that film look, even with some rock stars, that long hair, the dark eyeliner, they started that film stuff a long time ago. Yeah, making y'all docile, trying to get y'all manlyhood. Ooh, mm-mm. All the kings need to stand up and start using their lower parts and start lifting each other up. Yeah, it truly is about control. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all, this should be late night with Nikki. Let me tell y'all men something. Do y'all know that women, even in the Bible, it was almost as if they were taught how to be pleasurable for a man, right? Um, King Saul. Let's and I'll get back on track. I ain't forgot it. I'm gonna get back on track. If I hope y'all looked up DARPA. Um, but I want to talk to you guys about not semen retention, but abstinence and uh, being celibate as men. Okay, so just hold on to that, being abstinent and celibate as men. Now I'm going to talk to you about Solomon. Um, or not even Solomon, not Solomon. I don't want to talk to you about Solomon because I want to tell you about women and how. So let's talk about Esther, Queen Esther, real quick. Y'all know that story, and I'm just going to break it down. I ain't going to go too deep in it. I just want to talk about a certain part of her journey into the palace. You know, she married a what we would call the other nation of people, but that was a master plan from the Most High. You know, he has many master plans that don't coincide with some of the teachings we would hear. But I don't want to see. I'm going left. Queen Esther was her uncle. I can't remember his name. Uh, you know, the king at that time. I can't remember his name either. So y'all just ride with it. Just look up Queen Esther and read her story. Okay, she was another let my people go. Queen Esther held it down for you Jews out here. Okay, because y'all was about to get whacked. All of you Jews, the real Jew, the real Israel. Queen Esther, another sister, held it down. Now let me stop. Let me stop. But before she became Queen Esther, her uncle, her caretaker, knew that the king was looking for another queen to add to his harem. Okay. Now, I know the second part of this talk tonight is talking about um, what I say poly whatever it's called, having more than one wife. We're gonna touch on that later. But Queen Esther was a young girl, and so her uncle was like, "Oh, we're gonna take you." Now she's a Jew. She's a Jew. She's Israel. But she's her uncle gonna hook her up. You going to the palace, girl. That's the king. Shoot, you can live large. Okay? Now when you get in that palace, don't you dare tell not one soul that you are a Jew. Do you hear me, girl? I mean, you better not tell nobody you Jew, because they not Jew like you. Keep your mouth shut. You go and do what they say do. Learn, they gonna take you. Here come the ladies. Hello, ladies. Hello. This is my niece, Esther. Okay, Esther. Love you. I'll meet you at the gate and we'll talk later. Go on in the palace. They're gonna want you to go do some things. Hello, Esther. Welcome to the palace. We are here to assist you in your transformation. But before you can see the king, we must give you some lessons. You see, the king would like for you to bathe. These are perfumes from all around the country. And so you will be bathing in these baths with roses, and you will be dressing in these fine linens. And your hair will be spritzed with these lovely oils and perfumes. And you will do this always. And this is what the king likes. This is what pleases the king. So let's journey in to the first bathhouse. Strip all your old garments away. And these ladies will help you bathe and adorn you with your perfumes and oils and the scents that the king loves to smell on his women. Okay? You got it, Esther? Oh, yes. First bath, wash, bathe. Oil down, slick down, day in, day out. Well, my goodness. There's so many girls here for him to choose from. How will I stand out? Learn what the king likes. Whatever you like. Bark like a dog. Whatever you like. You learn what the king likes, right? Did you get your oil in your hair today, Esther? Oh, no. Well, go back. And since you didn't get your oil in the right steps that we have informed you of taking, you must start all over again. Okay, go to bathhouse 1. Okay, yes, that's what the king likes. You see, they don't teach men or women the art. Well, I don't want to say seduction or that, but just being women. Oh, well, I got the right word for you. Being feminine and relaxing in your feminine nature. They don't teach that anymore. Well, it's really hard for us to relax in our feminine nature because we're out here working on the railroads, right? Right along with the men, working on the railroads. Just work. So you can't take 4 and 5 baths a day and be oiled down, slicked down, and, hair plaited up, adorned with flowers, and it would be lovely. But the men, I was saying this about Esther because she went through these steps, and I'm sure they told her of how the king likes to be pleased. I know you probably don't think that these things were taught because they teach you like your kids when it comes to the Bible. They're going to tell you about how the king wants her bathed, but not tell you that they might have taught her or told her how the king liked to be pleased. It brings me back to where me and my mom used to always have this debate, almost argument sometimes, when it came to communion and our talking about wine in the Bible and certain chapters in the Bible. And she said, well, that's grape juice. No, that's wine. It says wine, not grape juice. Grape juice is not fermented. Wine is fermented. It's going to give you a little buzz, go make you relax. That's grape juice. That's the childish mindset. Do you understand? The book says wine or hard liquor. Specs. Wine and liquor. What was that guy's name? We here in front of they done made memes of this man whining, whatever he got out that car, wine and liquor. Okay, so if we was really reading the books in the scrolls as they were, you probably would be shocked to know that she wasn't just taking multiple baths and getting perfume down just to walk in front of the king, and that was all she would learn. Do you really think that? No. Come on, I know y'all have graduated. Y'all mature enough to know. Y'all mature enough to know there's books on what is it called? Jamanta positions. Anyway, this is for my men. I tell you to learn abstinence. Not learn it, practice it. Practice abstinence and practice celibacy. For you see, the longer you hold your seed, the more stronger you will become. And we're talking sexually here, guys. This is a grown conversation. The longer you hold your seed, retain your seed, the stronger you will become in the bedroom. Okay? So, if you're not married, if you're not in a committed relationship, this semen retention thing is got you in the Pee Wee League. I'm just saying you're in the Pee Wee League if you on semen retention. You see, because men, and I say this to you, how can I say this nicely? Men who talk about their sexual activities in the bedroom and what they gonna do to you and how they gonna do it to you. Sometimes they ain't gonna do nothing but pop off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, they're not gonna last. They're not gonna have that long lasting. They're gonna shoot their gun quick. Okay, so this is going to help you in the bedroom with that. You won't have to run to the pharmacy and get special pills. Okay? It's happening. You're ejaculating fast because you don't know how to control your own body. And you're watching porn. Leave that alone too. Because you're getting aroused and you're overstimulated. Now once you start becoming celibate and abstinent from sexual activities, fellas, well, you will notice, and I mean abstinence, not semen retention, not just hold. And I know I think I've heard, I guess you all get blue balls or something along those lines. But wasn't the apostles or the there were some that weren't married, and they sure weren't ejaculating and wasting their seed. So there's some kind of excuse to that, and I can't go into that right now because I haven't delved into that because that's not my lane, so to speak. But I guarantee you that I could and help you on your way to being a master lover. Okay? because that's what it's about. Holding on to your semen. And the more that you can hold on to your semen without expressing it, well, then the more you can please your partner without you trying to run up in between the gates, if you know what I mean, so that you can get a release. You see, the beauty of love making is just that, love making. Finding out her hot spots, if you will. I'm trying to keep this PG. But you can't find your woman's hot spots or what pleases her if you already done went up between the gates and you done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you laid on your back snoring. You gonna have your woman ready to run. You gonna have your woman ready to run. That is not satisfactory to no woman. And the problem is that nobody is teaching these men this. But they say men should teach men. How can men teach men if they don't know what the woman likes? I think actually they should be in a school where a woman would tell you what a woman likes. Don't you think? If it came down to the bedroom activities. So if you can hold your semen, then that way you can be more pleasurable and explore your woman's body other than just pouncing on her like a jackrabbit. But let me get on. I don't want to give y'all no sexual education classes here tonight. Let me see if y'all know what DARPA means. Let me see if y'all know what DARPA means. Jesus. Hold on, I'm still reading. I got sidetracked. I didn't finish reading. Nobody put DARPA up here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to tell y'all. Hold on, I'm still reading y'all. The comments below. I'm sure you can see it if you're coming into the room. Huh? Wait, but you just said you liked the Prince look. I didn't say I like no Prince look. I said I like, if I had to choose, I would choose Michael Jackson. Prince, he had a feminine look, you know, with his high heels and his floppy shirts and his eyeliner. Yeah, Samson had Solomon had multiple wives, but I didn't want to talk about Solomon because I was taking you down another way as far not that one. Yeah, I'm sorry. Um, I didn't want to bring up Solomon having multiple wives uh, because I wanted to talk about Queen Esther and how her treatment going into the palace. She wasn't even the queen yet. She hadn't even been chose yet. They had like women from all over the lands come into the palace, and they had to be prepared because the king liked his women to look a certain way. So I didn't want to talk about, but I could talk about Solomon and his wives, because yes, he had many wives. But the thing, and I don't want to be all over the place, but I'm gonna touch this, and I'm gonna get back to DARPA, okay, and the tectonic, not the tectonic, but the tactile plates we were talking. I mean, touch we were talking about. Solomon had, uh, yeah, several wives, hundreds of wives, right, and concubines, right. Don't nobody talks about the palaces that these wives had. Oh, oh, hush your mouth, Nicole. Hush your mouth. They all stayed in the same house. They were sister wives. They all stayed in the same house. Solomon's wives were sister wives. They stayed in, no, these women had their own palaces and gardens. Yeah. It was an upgrade. Not we need to stay all in this house. We gonna help each other. No, I got my own palace with my own garden. Let me tell you, you have to imagine when I say gardens, baby. Have you ever been to the sunken gardens? Have you ever been to gardens where they take care of they're beautiful. Oops, I'm going. They're just beautiful. Have you ever watched any old movies of castles and they have gardens around their castles? Gardens on the land. Some of those castles still today are up in Germany with the gardens around. These gardens are taken care. They had separate slave or separate helpers to tend to these gardens. Beautiful gardens. I'm going to go for a walk in my garden. So when people always throw up, Solomon had 700. I don't know how many wives. He had a lot. He had a lot. But they had their own palaces and gardens. They didn't have to see one another. You understand? You understand? They didn't have to see one another. This one was living large. He was rich and wise. They had their own, and you know what else? You know what made them go crazy, right? They had their own gods. So you know what that means? They had their own little altars, little churches on their little grounds where they worshiped at. Their own little statues and stuff. Oh, we're not talking about that. We don't want to go deep. We just want to put in the minds of silly women. Solomon had multiple wives, hundreds of wives, sister wives, in one house. No, Negro. No, Negro. Them women had palaces, gardens. They owned churches and steeples because they had their own gods. So he erected their own churches and steeples and however they praise and worship their own gods. Woo, woo. No, these men want you to be in the same house. Talking about you sister wives, y'all gonna help each other out with the bills this month. Pimping. That's what it sounds like to me, pimping. But I ain't want to go there just yet. We still on target individuals, and the grape is the ultimate violation. That's what we on still. So I'm gonna get back to this poly and his multiple wives in a minute. But I was just trying to tell you men, that it's not semen retention, it's abstinence. And once you learn abstinence and getting away from the porn and being celibate, um, then you will be the man that you lack in being now in the bedroom. You heard me? Because then you have time. Then your Johnson will build up its own ability to hold back. Jack, you gonna hold back. Because pleasuring your woman is all of that. See, I don't want to get on these men with all these wives, but y'all think y'all done pissed off one wife because you done went in there, popped off. You don't care. And you don't care about her. As if she don't want to be pleasured. Or sexual, or she might not like to be, have sexual, I don't know what to say. I don't want to get too graphic on here. But you know what I'm saying. No, you want all these wives so they can be all mad in the kitchen fighting each other next. I ain't making no pancakes today. She mad because you done popped off too fast. It was her night last night. She done waited 2 weeks. 2 weeks to her time on the calendar came through. She done waited 2 weeks. Everybody up. You done washed your rabbit popping tail up in her room last night. She ready to go. She hot to trot too. She's not hot to trot like in the street, but she ready. Y'all act like women don't be ready. Y'all act, you know what you act like? You act like them tribes in Africa cutting off women's clitoris, acting like they don't feel nothing, like they shouldn't feel pleasure. That's what your men act like. Like women is just there for you to pounce upon. Pop, 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 pop. I'm done. While she's sitting there rolling her eyes at you, just could pick up a shoe and knock you upside your head. I done waited 2 weeks for this. Now she up in the kitchen slamming dishes. The other sister wife, can you pass me the salt? I'm trying to cook these grits over here. Get the damn salt yourself. She's still frustrated. You ain't released no frustrations or stress on her. But you coming there yawning and grinning. Breakfast ready? Y'all ladies and sister wives, y'all happy today? It's a good day. It's a good morning, isn't it? Ooh, I had a great night last night. You go whisper to Sarah. Sarah, it's your night tonight, sister. And that other sister wife over there, bring me the doggone pepper. Because she's still tight. Shoulders still tensed up. While you sit back, kick back, waiting for your grits and your bacon. Well, not no bacon, but your turkey bacon. You were all relaxed. You ready to go move on to the next one. I got all sidetracked. Hold on, y'all. Becky Ann over there, the doggone smoke alarm going off because she done burn up all the biscuits. She's so mad. She got to wait 2 more weeks for she get another round of nothingness in the bedroom. We don't talk, let's talk. But before we go into all of that, let me finish about these doggone DARPA. They at a chess match. They not just playing chess one-on-one. These folks playing with 10 and 12 people at a time. One person in the lab. DARPA. While they out here preaching and still teaching about these doggone succubus and incubus, and you're laying down, you got sleep paralysis. They ain't talking about DARPA. Then played with these demons, got all this demon technology. Got y'all, they done eased y'all way up into playing with it too. Because you went and got them vibrating panties and drawers. You've been playing with them vibrating panties and drawers with your loved ones, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. They got technology where they can touch you and feel every touch, and you ain't got to be in the room. They ain't got to be in the room. It's beyond the vibrating panties and drawers. It's beyond that. They got y'all thinking about, yep, it's the incubus. And I ain't saying it's not the incubus and succubus spirit that can come and attack you. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, just like we talk about gang stalking here, because it's something that a lot of people are still not aware of, right? Because it's technology that's way advanced of what a lot of people can even fathom, can even put in a dome to contemplate even existing. Well, DARPA has this technology where they don't have to be in the room and you can have sexual intercourse with people way across the continent. You didn't know about that, did you? Well, how would that happen? Just like they have nanobots and nanoparticles and dust the size of computers the size of dust. They have nanobots that is in the form of gel. It moves. Yeah, they can move it around your body. Just like all these dust particles flying around your house, smart dust, all of the chemtrails and all of that they spray in the sky that just falls on you unaware. But if you're targeted, they gonna damn show make sure you get all of that and then some, right? All of that. So when your body is moving by itself, it ain't just moving because of the directed energy weapons. It might just be moving because of some of these nanoparticles and these gel nanoparticles that is out from DARPA. Yeah, it might just be moving because of that, helping to aid in their new form of sex trafficking. Mm-hmm. Something your mama didn't tell you about because she don't know. But I'm here to tell you. These are some diabolical beings. And if you don't think they mad scientists, I don't know. I can't call. It's no waking you up. You keep thinking it's just about, the incubus and succubus. Their technology, they're not just getting because they're brilliant scientists. They might have a little smart, but you best believe they got otherworldly technology. They're so in advance of what we know or what they show that it's hard for you to even fathom what I say to you tonight. But if it soothes you and makes you feel better to think that you're only still dealing with the incubus and succubus and you're just pinned to the bed, okay. But just realize when you're being sexually assaulted and nobody's in the room, remember, they don't have to be. DARPA. Why don't y'all look up that company? Because y'all sure didn't give me the answer when I was asking for it now. But y'all look it up. I'm going to most definitely do a video. I was supposed to do that video a long time ago, the follow up to the entity video. But I definitely will have to do it now since I put it out here so that I won't leave you stranded without at least giving you the sources and that you can have a visual aid to this conversation. Let me see. eras of time. Because whom were the women before the Bible? BC, before Christ, eras. Once people can acknowledge that, uh, then maybe the world would be okay. Melanin, I don't think they're ready for that conversation. I don't even think they're ready for that conversation. Because they haven't done their homework. And this is the time. Because all the knowledge is here. The knowledge is available. They're not going to want to know. That it was a collab. Oh, I don't want to go deep. Let me get you down. That's a whole different subject that I might touch on. I might touch on it. I know you're just saying, I know. That subject is so deep, it'll there's already a war, a gender war. Honey. That'll be the cataclysm of it all if they really knew the truth. Do I have the heat on? It smells like the heat is on. I don't know if I turned it. They have been failing us. All that. Hold on, y'all. Let me go check something real quick. Hold down. I'll be right back. So, I mean, being a targeted individual, and especially if you are a targeted individual and awoke and gifted, my goodness. My goodness. That's why I made a decree that I made. May all of may all of their sins be revealed and let their houses come crumbling down. The card houses that they have, let them all come crumbling down and let their sins be revealed in front of the whole world to see. Bring them out of the darkness that they hide in. Yes. And all that they have done, make them as the Gentiles that will have to serve and repent. Well, not even repent, repay for the cup that they have overfilled here with our sorrows. Let them drink, make them drink from that cup, Father. Yeah. This over here is not turn the other cheek. I am not going to go seek out the revenge, but I'm sure going to tell my Father, look, Father, I ask him, yeah, let the ones that participate in this diabolical system program of gang stalking, trafficking of humans, and all of the torture and well, I must remind you, Father, for you said you will make them repay what the cankerworm has stolen, what the cankerworm and the caterpillar have eaten. 10 and 20-fold. Make them repay it, Father. But not only I ask that you make them repay it, since this is the time of the transfer of wealth, but make them be revealed for whom they are and what they have done. Make their shame be worn on the outside instead of the inside of their darkened hearts. Make their shame be revealed, Father, and make them repay. And I ask that of you in Yahweh's name. For everything they do in the dark, let it come to the light. Because it's such a diabolical crime to rape and sex traffic people. Now, before I get out of here, I did say I was going to touch on the poly, right? What is it called? I don't even know what it's called because I don't even talk about it. Multiple wives, and I kind of touched on it. But let me say this: that's an Old Testament teaching, right? And I know people are going to say, "Well, we study the volume of the book. You're right. But why are you harping on the Old Testament? Why are you harping on the Old Testament and how things were done in the Old Testament? Because you could easily harp that it should be, um, a man and a woman from Adam and Eve, because that's Old Testament too, right? And that's why I say they cherry pick what they want to harp on. And they want to make women feel bad. Oh, if you don't want to be a multiple sister wife, no, Negro, you ain't got no palace for me. Where my home? You supposed to be providing homes. Homes. Since we're in this day and time and we're not in palaces, these women should be in their own homes, own cars, own separate. You understand? Shoot, I wouldn't have a problem either. I'll be a sister wife in my own home. They not. Oh, that's the lamp down here. They not in their own home. They all in the state. They bundle them up all in the same home, apartment. Talking about a sister wife, and he's Solomon. He can be like Solomon because of the Old Testament. Why they can't say they can be like Adam? And she can be like Eve. That's Old Testament too, ain't it? They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They want to be like Solomon. They ain't got but one apartment. You got to go get multiple keys made. One house, multiple keys. No, y'all better go back and read King Solomon and his wives. They had their own palaces, gardens. They didn't have to see them other wives. Not at all. And they wasn't helping. They wasn't. They wasn't helping to pay the bills. Oh, you didn't know that part, huh? Nope. Sure, no, they were not. They were walking around palaces looking lovely. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Praying to they gods that the Most High warned him about. They gonna lead you the wrong way. Have your mind gone. I got this, Father. Go ahead and build her temple with Moloch in the middle, in her garden, where she can go worship her own God. No, they want these women. They want these women out here in the same apartment, bumping around and bumping into each other, trying to cook dinner at night. The other one in the bedroom trying to put the children to sleep. They want help to live. Let me say that one more time. They want help just to live, to survive in this world, and the damn sure survive in this economy that we are in. This high inflation, depression that is upon us. They want help. Well, the Bible said, help, mate. Show you right. Show you right. But do you realize when the Bible said a helpmate, there were no jobs to be had. I mean, let's be real with it. They were in a beautiful garden. Uh-huh. Helpmate, help to bring some more children in this world. Uh-huh. Help to tend to the beautiful gardens. There was no jobs to be had. If we're going to really open our eyes and have a real, true conversation. No, when they say helpmate nowadays, they mean they want you to go and get you a 9 to 5 and then bring the bills and help pay these bills in this house. That's what they mean by that. No, Adam and Eve, they was walls, they was in a garden. And you know, it wasn't a hard life to live. Oh no. Well, you see, when they was in the garden, the garden damn near tended itself. He ain't have to go get the manure. He ain't have to hoe the ground. He ain't have to pull no weeds out. It was just beautiful. It popped up. You know what his punishment was? Oh, are y'all reading y'all Bible? Or y'all just being led by your empty head? I just want to know. Because do you know what Adam's punishment was? After they ate that apple. Well, we know it was the knowledge. Then what was Adam's punishment, per se? Well, you see, they always talking about a helpmate, like they was living hard in the garden. The sun, they didn't even know what darkness was. The sun was always out. It was always beautiful. What was Adam's punishment? Because they want you to think that you're supposed to be out here working a 9 to 5 and coming home, taking care of the children and the house, and cooking the dinner, and going and making some good loving. What was Adam's punishment? Because they was in the garden. Nobody knows. Wow, they sure know what Eve's punishment was. You know, pushing them children out. Cause see, it was lovely in the garden. You know, you wasn't even gonna have no labor pains, sister. That was your help. You his helpmate, bringing forth more children. And when she was gonna bring forth them children, guess what? They was gonna come out with Eve. She wasn't even gonna. That was a pop. Done, son. Done. You didn't have to hear no hollering, screaming, crying out for the Most High. None of that. It was ease. It was gonna be his ease. What was her punishment? Men know it. Mm-hmm. Pain you shall feel pushing and bringing forth them babies. Since you want to know all his knowledge, you want to know what it's about. Okay, this is what it's about. You're gonna be pain. It's gonna hurt. You push forth that 9-pound, 15-ounce baby. You gonna feel every bit of it. Y'all don't remember that? Oh, okay. Wasn't no job, wasn't no hard work. It was lovely in the garden. Adam's punishment? Oh, did he need a helpmate to go bring him the cow manure? so he can go line the fields up and turn it over and seed it out. No, the garden replenished itself. The corns and the crops came up by themselves. Easy peasy. They might just have to go gather it and bring it to they abode where they stayed and laid their head down. Oh wait, they didn't lay down. Oh, because there was no night. What was Adam's punishment? Because there wasn't no hard labor for him to need a helpmate. The helpmate that he needed was to bring forth more babies. But when he got that extra knowledge, what was said to Adam? Oh, partner, you gonna have to make the ground yield to you. Oh, yeah. And you ain't gonna go look to your left and there goes some corn stalks. They just pushed up. You didn't even have to go seed the ground. They just came right. You looked over there go the avocado trees. They just right for the picking. You ain't had to go plant no avocado seeds. There go some apple trees in the orchard. Y'all just go walk the garden. Just walk it. Have a partner. Did you finish naming the animals, Adam? Did you help Adam? Lovely, easy, soft life. Oh, you didn't want to hear that. You wanted to hear that Adam, he had it hard. He was out there planting and picking and. No, he was out there naming. Well, Eve, that right there, with the long neck. Yes, I think I should call that a giraffe. Yes, I think. What do you think, Eve? A giraffe? Yes, I shall call that a giraffe. Yes, let's go down to this other end of the garden, Eve. It wasn't no hard work. The helpmate wasn't out there to build nothing. He wasn't building no tents and castles and y'all need to get it together. They was living the soft life. They got that knowledge. Huh. That's when he was. Now you got to make the ground work. Till the ground. Go get the manure. That was his punishment. Oh, you forgot? And after that, get out there and go get and work that rocky ground. But in the garden, where they both were formed, there was no hard labor. But when you dealing with people who trying to run a psyops game on your mind, would have you think, well, Eve is Adam's helpmate. And what was she helping him to do in the garden, sir? Do y'all ask these questions? What was she helping to do? Because everything was available for them. They walked around. They walked around so lovely, they didn't even have no clothes on. They didn't even know that they was naked. Easy peasy. They didn't have to go get no garments. Weather lovely. What did he need help with? Oh, to build? Because that's what they're going to tell you nowadays. You my helpmate to help me build. Y'all got the game twisted. Y'all out here want these women to be your slaves, but you really don't want to say it. And sex traffic slaves too, because you traffic him right into one house, under one roof, talking about their sister wives. If you're going to do it right, do it right. Get them their own separate house. Baller, shot, caller. Their own SUVs. Baller, shot, caller. You ain't heard nothing in the Bible talk about no sister wife and them living under one roof. Helping taking care of each other's children. Paying bills. No. That's that pimp mentality. That's your bottom B right there. That's your first one right there. The first wife. That's your bottom B. Then you bring these other chicks in, but the bottom B, she running the whole house. Because you got them all in one house. So there ain't nothing but a brothel. I'm going to call it like I see it. Now we gonna do it like Solomon did it now. Hey, sign me up. I'm ready to live in my own palace and gardens. Y'all don't want to hear that side of it, do you? Because that's what it's about. That's what it was about. Having their own. And it's still going to be about that life in the end. They'd love to bring that up too. Oh, there's hardly going to be any men. What is the reference of men? Because with this Bible, the reference of men sometimes means both men and women, because Adam didn't just mean Adam, because the Bible is scrambled eggs, right? From the Romans. The Most High Elohim said, I called them Adam. Adam called Eve, Eve. But you know your word. I'm sure you knew that already. So the Bible will reference men, but meaning man and woman. Did you know that? Did you know that? Oh, okay. But anyway, I'm sure it's clear because they love to use the end time prophecy. One man, and these women, all these women will cling to him, and they'll have their own. See how lazy they sound? See how lazy and pathetic they sound? These men take away our approach. They'll have their own garments. They'll have their own food. They'll have their own homes. Yeah, just like it was when Solomon had wives. Jack. They had their own. Jack. They twist the Bible too much for me. They twist it because they got the pimp game on, the pimp juice on it. Pimp juice. Oh. I think I want to let it loose. That's what they got on the Bible. The pimp juice. He wasn't no hard life and no hard living in the garden. The helpmate. Look up that terminology. Do some research. And then realize. Wasn't no hard work. They waltzing around the garden and they walking with the Most High in the cool of the day. Chilling in a garden. And that was the terminology, helpmate. Y'all act like they was really working in the garden of Eden. He was chilling. Adam ain't had no rough life, no hard life until after. He ate that knowledge, got all that wisdom. Then he had to till the ground. Now it would make sense if then the Most High said, this is your helpmate. He said that before they was in the garden chilling, walking around butt naked, innocent, walking with the Most High, talking with the Most High. What labor was going on? Somebody holler back, let me know. Ain't nobody gonna do it. All they gonna do is keep hollering and whining about why they can't have 4 and 5 wives in the same house to help build a nation. Oh, if you don't miss me with that. You want 4 and 5 wives in a house that is disrespectful in this day and time. You want 4 and 5 wives in a house. Nothing of their own, they're sharing dwellings. And you want to go off of the Old Testament. with this Solomon and this and this. They had these wives. Well, Adam had Eve. Why you ain't preaching that? That's one. Right, I know. I know why. But you don't even think of the wives that you want to pile into these 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments, one family style home. And that's not how it went down with Solomon. Heck, it didn't even go down like that with none of them. They had their own tents and abodes. But you want them to be all piled in one house, not taking into consideration a woman's anatomy or any of that. You want to just be able to have your wives help you help you with the bills to make it easy for you to live and feel like a king of your castle. Let's be real. You want all these women to constantly have to check their pH balance and be aware of their body being thrown the heck off because you want to slip and slide into this cooch, that cooch, this cooch every other night. Their bodies don't regulate to each other. The only thing that might regulate with their bodies is their menstrual cycle serves. But they have their own pH serves. So you're going to have wives dealing with pH issues, yeast infections. And it don't matter because you done put a whole bunch of women in one house. Serves. But that don't cross your mind, does it? And nothing's going to make all them juices match up. Because they individual people. I have never said I was against multiple wives. I'm just against how these people, these men are trying to make it go down in this day and time. You can't put me in one house with multiple women when I know Solomon and his wife had palaces and gardens to walk around their own estate. So yeah, it's a problem when you think you can throw 4 and 5 wives in one house. It's a problem for me when I can read the scriptures and see how it should be. But there's plenty of pick-me's out there, so you won't run short of the ones who won't study and know how it's really supposed to be. And you won't run short of the ones who you think you will scare. Well, in the end times, you're going to be trying to find a husband. Why they don't make it make sense? Is my question. Why they don't make it make sense? Why is it going to be so? It's our first and foremost, it's already a shortage of men. The ratio to men and women has been off. It's always been off. Never been equal. Okay? Everybody ain't gonna have a perfect partner. It's never been equal. So I'm not saying there's a problem with multiple wives. I'm saying y'all playing a pimp game. That's what I'm saying. You're running the pimp logic on these women. You sit there and talk about in the end times, it's only going to be, it's going to be so hard to find a man. He's going to be like pure gold. That's because they're going to be killed off. The ones that's left. Have you ever thought about that? A lot of men ain't going to make it. Even the righteous one who think they was righteous, they not going to make it. When these women is clamoring for all these men that's harder to find than precious gold, they gonna be gone, dead, done, son. And the women are gonna be the women that y'all be talking smooth noise about. Gonna be plenty of them around. Don't I say that in the Bible? Plenty of these women y'all be talking smooth garbage about with their own house. Mm-hmm. Don't sound like they hurting too bad. Plenty of women with their own garments, their own food. These women seem like they pretty intelligent to me. Who was leading these women while these men is dead? But these women got the wealth transfer. Boy, holler back with somebody with some sense. Because they ain't making it make sense. Seem like these women out here got the wealth transfer under their belt because they got their own house. They got their own food. They got their own garment. All they looking for is just a man that come in. Just my man right here. Take me from my approach. That just don't. I want to be Mrs. Love. That's my last name. Because that's your last name. But I got all this. Women been doing that. Y'all know that. That's why y'all mad now. That's why y'all mad when Kevin Sam. I don't care about your PhD. Your PhD. You was mad then, and you're mad now, and you're mad preaching about how these women gonna be cleaving to these one men, like these men is about that life. When obviously, if you read the scripture, them women about that life in the end, because they got everything already popping. Seem like it's going back to Adam and Eve time. All we need is you take us from our approach. We just need you for your sperm, and we be called by your last name. We can build the kingdom. We already got it halfway built, sir. We got our PhD. I need that to be my sound. We got our PhD. Why y'all thought it was a joke out here in these streets? We got our own house, our own clothes. We just trying to help build the kingdom back up. We just need the seed. Huh? Why don't y'all say the Bible, teach the Bible like that? Because that's exactly how it sounds. These women, they already set up. They ain't running out here just to look for you and you wandering the street. You wandering the damn streets. Then women see you, it's a man. It's a man. Come here, man. We just marry us. We got our own. Look at my house. Look at my house. It's popping. Ain't. Look. I got some beans and cornbread of it. Got some cabbage, cooking already. Look at my garments. I'm sharp, ain't I? It's a man, y'all. Go tell Sarah. We done saw a man. He done came to the town. Y'all got it backwards. Y'all got it like the man walking around with a crown on his head. He walking around because he lost. He lost in the sauce. He happy he done made it and he ain't get taken out. Because it seemed like a lot of the men about to be taken up out of here while y'all talking y'all crap. And a lot of women gonna have a lot of wealth transfer because they gonna have their own. Didn't it say that in the Bible? I think it did. Yes, sir. Y'all go reread your Bible. So be happy that these women gonna have a PhD. And I'm out. And much, much love.